They ask, who was he really? As if the answer can be wrapped in a sentence. As if a man like him could be explained with words. He wasn't just your father. He wasn't just a man. He was the aftermath of everything they tried to silence. He was the storm born from suffering, the flame sparked by betrayal. He was the darkness they broke and the fire that came roaring back. They buried him thinking he'd stay quiet, thinking the weight of their indifference would keep him still. But he didn't stay buried. He rose, not slowly, not gently, but violently. The kind of rising that shakes the earth. The kind of return that rewrites what people think is possible. I remember it because it wasn't just his story. It's mine. I was buried before I ever broke. They shoved silence into my lungs and told me to breathe it like air. They surrounded me with darkness so loud it rang in my skull like a war drum. And for a while, I disappeared. Not physically. I was still there, still walking, still breathing. But I wasn't alive. I was a shadow with a heartbeat, a ghost in my own skin. I wandered through the wreckage of who I used to be, clutching memories like weapons, choking on my own name. I remember the cold, not the kind that bites your skin, but the kind that seeps into your bones and whispers that you are nothing. The kind of cold that unravels your soul thread by thread, until even your reflection looks like a stranger. They stripped me of everything, my pride, my name, my purpose. They shattered me, not in one blow, but in 1,000 tiny cuts. And each one whispered, you don't matter, you were never enough. I used to have light in my eyes. Then the world spit in them and laughed. They walked away like I was disposable, like my agony was just background static, like my screams were echoes in hallways no one would ever walk again. I begged, I pleaded, I bled my voice out trying to make someone care, but the only answer I got was silence, just the dark breathing down my neck, whispering, this is all you'll ever be. And maybe, for a while, I believed it. I rotted. I cursed the sunrise because it meant I had to face another day. I hated the sound of my own heartbeat. Every beat felt like betrayal. Why keep going if everything I lived for was gone? I clawed at the walls of my own mind, trying to find a way out, but every direction led to more pain, more lies, more silence. But then, somewhere in that hell, something small shifted, a flicker, a pulse. It wasn't hope. Hope is soft. This was rage. This was fire. The kind of fire that doesn't ask permission. The kind that doesn't care who gets burned. That fire lit up the ruins of my soul just enough for me to see that I was still breathing. Broken, yes, but breathing. And breathing meant I still had a chance. I stopped asking for rescue. I stopped waiting for apologies that were never coming. I stopped praying for the ones who left to come back and fix the damage they caused. I became my own vengeance, my own rescue, my own God. They took everything from me, but they made one mistake. They left me alive, and that was enough. So I rebuilt, not with kindness, not with love, but with fury. I forged new bones out of wrath, sculpted muscle out of sheer will. I stitched my skin with barbed wire, wrapped my soul in iron. My tears turned into lava, and my silence became a war cry. I didn't just rise, I detonated. They say scars are stories. Mine are warnings. I don't hide them. I wear them like armor. Every cut, every bruise, every burn is proof that I faced death and said, "Not today." I used to be a man. Now I'm something else. Something forged in suffering, sharpened in silence, baptized in pain. They'll never understand what it took. That's fine. Let them look at me with fear. Let them whisper like cowards. Let them try to guess what I've become. Because they'll never know the nights I bled alone, the screams I swallowed so no one would hear, the battles I fought in silence with nothing but grit and ghosts. I don't want their sympathy. Sympathy is a leash. I don't want forgiveness. Forgiveness is a cage. I don't want peace. Peace is for the soft. I want the world to feel me coming before they even see me. I want the ground to shake beneath their feet when I enter. I want the fire in my chest to make them look away before I ever speak. Because I am not who I was. I am what came after. I am the echo of pain that refused to die quietly. They say fire destroys, but fire also purifies. It strips away lies. It reveals truth. I had to become the flame to know who I really was. And I did. I will become their worst nightmare because I have made peace with mine. I faced every fear, every flaw, every weakness, and I didn't run. I sharpened them. I turned them into tools. I don't just carry scars. I weaponize them. I don't flinch. I don't falter. I don't apologize. You want to know what makes me different? I lost everything, and I came back anyway. I clawed my way out from nothing, and I built something better from the wreckage. You don't know what that takes. Most people break and stay broken. I didn't. I let the darkness teach me. I let the pain instruct me. And when it was done, I wasn't a man anymore. I was a storm wrapped in skin. I am relentless. I am unforgiving. I am inevitable. They called it a curse, losing my heart. They said it would ruin me, but they were wrong. Losing my heart was what set me free. I don't blink. I don't bend. I don't care if they understand me anymore. Because I wasn't made for them. I was made for this path. A path of fire and stone. A path that carves legends from flesh. I do not apologize for the monster I've become, because this monster survived. This monster doesn't bow. This monster doesn't break. This monster was necessary. This monster saved me. And I would rather be this than the broken soul they left behind. I am not the man they remember. I am what happens when you burn everything away, and the fire still burns. I am what they tried to silence, now louder than ever. I am the answer to every time they said I'd never rise, and I will never stop.